So we're going through a quick setup, real quick, of the setup for the StrykerNavigation system, and obviously to be able to work with the Mobius scanner. So the setup features that we're going to look at before a procedure is we're going to need to have the items listed here. We'll need a calibration tool, a pointer, and a patient tracker. But we're actually going to do a mask registration and just comprehensive. We can modify it here in the toolbar if we wanted to change any of the functions and features that we wanted to do. Alec is going to be our scrub tech that would be turning on the instrumentations. The active instruments are actually powered by a 3-volt battery that comes sterilized. So to initiate the instrument, we're just going to place the battery into the instrument, and once it slides in, he'll turn it and you'll see a green light come on as an indicator. The light should come on, hold on for about a second, and then it'll flash off. It has an indicator built into it so that it can allow you to know if there's anything going on with the instrument. This is giving you the okay that that instrument has officially powered up. And then we'll actually turn it on by depressing this pie-shaped button. The LEDs, the light-emitting diodes, are going to be pointing towards the localizer that we have up top. Press and hold, and as you do, you'll hear the system will give you an audible feedback, and you'll actually be able to see it into the screen. So as it moves around left and right, you'll see exactly where you are. So the next thing we'll do is we'll turn on one of the navigated instruments. So in this case, it's just a thoracic pointer or a gear shift. Same rule is that it actually shows here with a plus and minus sign of which direction that the battery goes on the inside. So again, the flat of the battery goes onto the spring. It will engage, and then the light comes on, and then we'll go off that says everything's okay. In this case, LEDs are pointing towards the localizer. You're going to press and hold the enter button for approximately 2 to 3 seconds. It will come on. The screen will then give you the instructions to touch off on the validation disc. The validation disc, there's 2 of them on either side of the calibration device. And simply what you're doing is because all of the calibration is stored inside of the computer on this thoracic pointer, it knows exactly where the tip is in its X, Y, and Z coordinates. So this is going to validate. So if you bring the tip of this within 22 millimeters of either validation disc, the system automatically knows that it's trying to achieve validation. So he'll point this device and this device towards the camera. He'll place it into the divot, and then he'll press the button one time either here or here, and it will validate. So no matter what we're attaching to, if it's rigid, non-rigid, if you can't repeat those 2 steps, it won't even let the instrument enter the field. So here's the spine mask, is one type of a tracker that we have. We have 31 light-emitting diodes that are actually being powered centrally by this communication unit. So this communication unit is sending and receiving information. So when we turn this on, it will actually, no matter where its shape is, once it originally gets captured, if it were here or even here, it creates what we call a rigid body. So it determines where the X, Y, and Z is each individual 31 LEDs. We're going to prep the skin. Then what we're going to do is place the spine mask onto the patient. So we'll take off this one tab that will allow us to get started. Depending on the preference, some people will use one tab, 3 tabs, but we'll start off, and this would be placed in the area of interest. So as we pull off all of these tabs, we're just avoiding wrinkles and other types of obstructions that could cause this LED to be raised off so that it would be floating in the air. So at this point, we'll move into capturing the mask. So we can capture the mask so that we know where its rigid body has occurred. Once the images are acquired by the Mobius system, they're going to actually import over an automatic push. So as soon as they get reconstructed, as soon as it was done with the scan, it took a little under a minute for all of these information to come over. So we had approximately 283 slices of information come over. You can just select that. If you had multiple scans, it will show that to you. And then you would just click Import Series. So it will just write those into our system for this patient. And then from there, you can then just come back to System Setup. The next step that we're going to do is we're going to activate the mask. So this is where we're going to activate the mask. It's going to capture it. So there's actually a small button up here that you'll just switch it on. There'll be a light indicator. Then you can just lay that on. So as I raise and lower the camera, you can actually start to pick up these instruments even that are at the head of the bed. And actually, as Alec would even bring one of the thoracic pointer into the field, you'll actually see it actually come in. It's constantly tracking, so if Alec brings his hand across, you can see where the LEDs are coming on and going off. So we'll go ahead and click on Register. So this is just an accuracy check. These are all of the LEDs that were actually captured by the system, and it automatically correlated it to the LEDs that were in the image acquisition. So the registration already took place. It's already done. So from the time it captured until we got to this screen, the registration happened. The comment is that surgeons would like to be in this view. We can zoom in, zoom out, extend projections,